Does the Senora Valley Police Department use unmarked vehicles? The answer to that is yes. And hopefully this video will cover the information that you're wanting and answers any possible questions you may have. The first vehicle we'll cover is the marked police car. It comes in a classic black and white paint scheme. It's got police written on the side. And if you get to the back quarter panels, you'll see emergency 911 on it. On the trunk, you'll have the automatic license plate readers, known as ALPRs. You'll have the unit number on the trunk, a unit number on the roof. In addition to that, you have the light bar and a wraparound push bumper on the car, or wraparound bull bar, however you want to classify that. This is used by patrol officers. It's also used by some of the traffic unit. So this is the car that's conducting patrols, responding to calls, and running traffic. So this is the standardized police vehicle. The next vehicle we'll cover is the low-profile patrol vehicle. So these are basically marked, but the markings only show up in certain lighting settings. So in this case, the one we're viewing here is the gray color to darker gray. It's got the light bar on top. Some of them will be slick top. Some of them have window tint, but this one shown does have a wraparound push bar on the front. It's got the ALPRs on the trunk, and it still has the emergency 911 on it. So it's still a police car. This will be used by generally the traffic unit when running traffic. And some patrol officers have it if they're assigned to a specialized unit. You know, sometimes crime suppression unit, CSU will use it. But most of the time, this is going to be utilized by officers strictly assigned to the traffic unit to catch those dangerous and reckless drivers on the roads. As mentioned earlier, this is the dark gray, but these can also vary in color with the SVPD. The next vehicle is going to be the unmarked police vehicle. So unlike the low-profile patrol car we just showed, this one has absolutely zero writing on it. This one in this photo has the push bar on the front, which is preferred by the SVPD. It has the two, spotlights on it, on the driver and passenger side of the vehicle. And in the front windshield, you can observe that there is a light bar strip, and there's also going to be light bar strips in the back window as well. So this patrol vehicle does have functioning lights. This is going to be used by members of the Detective Bureau, Crime Suppression Unit, Traffic Unit Supervisors, as well as some members of the SWAT team or the Special Operations Group. They have to put in patrol hours. This is the vehicle they drive. When they aren't doing SWAT operations or training, they're out there patrolling as an active SWAT member. They're on patrol. This is their vehicle. This can still be used by some patrol supervisors, but this is mainly reserved for specialized units and in other cases, higher-ranking officers within the department. Another type of vehicle that is utilized as an unmarked vehicle within the SVPD is the SUVs. These are preferred because they can hold more equipment in the trunk. So these are going to be favored by members of the K9 unit, so K9 handlers. Special Operations Group, when deployed, will sometimes arrive in one of these vehicles. And these are also favored by members of the bomb squad because they can put a lot of their drone equipment, the robots and stuff can all go in the trunk of this vehicle. So this is going to be used by them as well as even for some of the off-road patrols because these are more rugged. They can handle, four-wheel drive capabilities a lot better than the patrol cars. And these are unmarked just because they're part of a specialized bureau. In addition to the unmarked SUV, we also have an unmarked four-door sedan, which has better performance than the standard patrol vehicle. These sedans are going to be favored by members of the traffic unit because they have the higher speed. These are still used by traffic unit supervisors, but they also are used by some members of the highway enforcement of aggressive traffic or the heat unit just because they have good acceleration and a decent top speed, which is nice for when conducting highway enforcement. In addition to the unmarked sedan, the traffic unit also has a marked version of this four-door sedan, the Charger or the Buffalo STX. This is also preferred by members of the patrol unit. This is phasing out some of the older four-door Interceptors in service just because this has better top speed, better handling, better acceleration. This is one of the patrol vehicles that the SVPD is moving towards. Now it's going to be slick topped, but it's still going to have, the police horn, the sirens, and still going to be able to do the same amount of service as our other patrol cars do for members of our community. The SVPD also relies on some two-door vehicles for members of the Highway Enforcement of Aggressive Traffic, the HEAT unit, and they also see some use with supervisors within the traffic unit. These vehicles are favored because of their top speeds. These have been modified to give it the ultimate acceleration, handling, top speed, basically meant for strictly highway policing enforcement, but they can also respond to anywhere within the Senora Valley if there is a critical incident that requires the assistance. These were purchased to combat a rise in sports bikes, illegal modifications on vehicles, and just illegal street races and street takeovers. These vehicles have been paramount in getting a lot of these illegal activities reduced within the region because we can keep up with most of the suspects' vehicles. The next vehicle we will cover is the undercover patrol vehicles. So these are different than the unmarked. The unmarked cars have light bars, they have push bars, they have, spotlights, they have the standard police steely rims on them. These vehicles are going to appear as a regular civilian's vehicle. These are going to be used by detectives in the field, members of the Crime Suppression Unit, CSU, and also just members of the intelligence unit. So basically conducting surveillance on suspects of interest and just combating aggressive driving. So these have actually been used by members of the HEAT unit, Highway Enforcement of Aggressive Traffic, because some of these are performance vehicles that have been given law enforcement equipment inside, but it also doesn't tip somebody off that, hey, that's a cop, so we're still able to make arrest on dangerous suspects when they least suspect it of being a cop. The next one is a bonus throw-in, you could say. This is the SVPD Special Operations Group Insurgent. This is basically used for strictly deployments. So if there is a response call for an active shooter, hostage situation, barricaded suspect, even a mass casualty incident, this vehicle is going to be used. This can also be used in cases of a flood that would happen. This vehicle is decently lifted off the ground. It can hold supplies. But generally when this vehicle is deployed, it's generally for a critical incident that regular officers can't, handle. And this also provides them with cover. If a suspect's actively shooting, this does provide them cover. This incident photoed here, this was basically a stolen ambulance that was disabled by our insurgent. Hopefully this video answered any questions and or concerns regarding the types of patrol vehicles that are used by the Senora Valley Police Department. Again, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day, and stay tuned for the next video, and again, have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching.